He's put in a race, and it wasn't to find out where he is, surely. With ace-queen, he could have moved all in. He's had some action for his hand, and now he's going to get the value to have a chance of doubling up and really getting back into this game.
It's 50-50 here. John's made a strong raise, and Murray would not want to find ace-king in John Sugar's hand. But if he calls, he won't.
You have to understand here, we are looking for the British amateur champion, and although it might be easy for us sitting here, Jesse, there is 22.75 in the pot, and this is a straightforward call for 600, but Murray couldn't make it.
So Murray lays the hand down. John on the big all-in re-raise, taking the pot. He was feigning strength, and that's what Murray Hall gave him credit for. Murray ain't sure if he did the right thing. But he's still alive. He is still here.
That's true, Jesse, but he's taking the big blind, which is taking a quarter of his stack. 150 in the middle there. Only leaves him 450. I don't think he's going to get a better opportunity than an even money shot to double through. Might rue that.
So it'll be Sugar under the gun. John from York, a former professional golfer.
See Julian playing with his chips again.
That's the hand he knocked out earlier. He cracked the jacks, and now he's playing them back, raising the blinds. And those blinds, of course, action to get the pot going. That 225 that's in there, making it worthwhile. Oh, Murray's thinking about calling for his last 450 here, Simon.
Well, I don't see how he can even consider calling if he's throwing away ace-queen for only 600 more for into a 2250 pot. How can he consider calling for 450? He might as well wait until the button, which is on the two more hands, and try and pick up the chips then. It's always easier to be the aggressor than the caller.
Well, Julian takes one down. Shakespeare from Croydon. And Murray back in the muck and mire. He's trying his damnedest to stay alive. Spencer separates him, checks him carefully, and now
450.
Does a double chip reach for a triple the bet. That's been his MO. And pocket pair is a raising hand. Spencer, a mobile. Murray trying to glean some information. Is this all in? God, he's got two overcards, but can he be serious?
Well, who knows what goes through your mind when you're under pressure, Jesse. I mean, we've seen him lay down much bigger hands than this.
Pass.
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 Well, here we might have a confrontation. The two chip leaders have both found a hand. We've got Spencer Lawrence with the pocket pair, 2 sevens, up against the ace-jack suited of Julian Shakespeare.
Yeah, here's the flop. It'll be on Julian.
2 players.
And Jack, oh Jack, wherefore art thou, Jack? Julian, happy to have top pair.
Interesting here, Jesse. We had this exact confrontation earlier. Top pair for Julian, but Spencer was holding a diamond in his hand. And remember what he did earlier?
Yeah, well, it was the nut diamond then,
Absolutely.
wasn't it?
That's a bit of a different story. Surely not this time. Willing to call this time. Julian obviously doesn't want to see a diamond on the turn, or maybe not even a straightening card.
Wow. Spencer has made the flush, but Julian's mettle will be tested here. If he pushes, who's to say what'll happen?
Check. Check.
Check.
I like that from Spencer. Put a little check in there, hoping that he might get a few more chips.
Spencer could check and just show his flush and take the pot, or he could try and milk it. He's taking the aggressive option. This kid's a gambler or a very sharp poker player.
much you got there spent?
Looks like 1900.
1875.
And that'll test your nerves when you're holding a 7-high flush. God, can you imagine if Julian pushed in here? Spencer wouldn't call in a million years.
Yours.
Pass.
But he's laid it down. High quality pot there, Simon.
Well, I've got to admit, full credit goes to Spencer Lawrence there. He was happy to just call the small bet to try and catch the flush. When he caught the flush, he checked it to try and trap Julian. And on the end, as you said, most players would have been happy just to show it down. But he was so sure that Julian just had top pair on the flop. He actually bet a little bit to try and win a bit more.
Spencer Lawrence made a flush. That's 5 cards in the same suit. Much higher on the poker ladder than Julian's single pair of jacks. Still 5. Big chip leader Spencer Lawrence in the big blind. Murray will squeeze them one at a time. He's only looking for one good one at this stage.
Pass.
And didn't find him.
RS 300.
Raise to 300. Pass.
Just a double raise there from John. Just testing the water, really, just to see what his table image is like at the table, to see if he gets respect from the chip leader.
Yeah, sure, for that I can't fold.
Call.
Well, that's interesting information for the rest of the table later on. They should learn from what Spencer just said. And in future, if they're going to raise into his big blind, they should make sure they raise more than double.
600 in
Two
the pot,
kings.
or 675 to
Check.
be exact.
Check.
And when you raise with a
300.
king-9, you don't mind seeing a king on the flop.
He knows they're red, but as they're a pair of diamonds.
Pass.
Talk about a rush of blood to the head. Spencer's trying to win every pot from here on out. But he gave that one up to John. You know, John has not picked up much in the way of big hands tonight, Simon. But he's hanging in there like a pro. You have to figure, if he picks up a rush of cards, he's going to be like Attila the Hun here, running through Georgia. John used to be a professional golfer.
Yeah, that's right, Jesse. He told me he played on a Sunshine Tour. I think it was in South Africa. Couldn't quite cut the grade. Maybe he's going to be a better poker player.
Murray Hall in a situation where it could be this hand or the next one. There's big blinds coming up. Careful on the glass now. Is it now?
Looks like you've called it, Jesse.
All in.
He's all in. He's got the ace. This is the hand he prefers to raise all in with.
All in 375. Pass.
He's got rid of one. He's got rid of two.
He wants to see them all fold up like chopsticks.
Spencer Lawrence got a couple of face cards, and he's got the chips to call.
Cool.
Call.
Yes. Spencer
Pass.
not minding being the
We've got a
executioner,
clear in, it's
but Murray ahead at this
Spencer.
stage.
Showdown, please.
And I think the cry
Murray
of the
shows
poker player,
ace,
dealer, hold 'em.
4,
5 cards to come, and Murray
queen
needing to
check for
double up
Spencer.
here.
Well, he
Let's
got
see the
lucky,
flop.
didn't he, earlier against Spencer when he
And
survived
the
that
flop
all in.
comes
Maybe he
10,
can do it again.
6, 7.
So far,
And
so
ace in
good.
front from Murray.
Murray praying
Turn
to the
cards.
Lord of Cards to banish the face
no
cards
change.
from the board.
And the last card.
Luck be a lady,
Nine.
and it is.
Murray
An
double up.
ugly looking board up there, but ace high for the cake and pie. And Murray Hall over the hill.
He just doesn't want to go home, does he?
He doesn't. I think he likes being there. You know, I mean, sometimes guys get scattered by the lights, but Murray Hall, it's almost like he's getting paid by the minute. Spencer may actually come to regret that play. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but
Pass.